Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the earnings call of Anuh Pharma Limited, organized by Latin Manoharlal Securities Private Limited, to discuss the financial performance for the quarter 3 FY 2021-22. We will start the call with all participant line in listen-only mode. There will be an opportunity to ask questions at the end of today's call. If you need assistance during the conference, please signal an operator by pressing star and 0 on your phone. Now I shall hand over the call to Mr. Bhavin Shah from Latin Manoharlal Securities Private Limited. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Yeah, hi, thank you. Good evening, everybody. Trust everyone is well and safe and pretty much back to the normalcy. We all have been facing a little choppy and a volatile markets of late since about a week now. Things should settle down in some time. In regards with Anuh Pharma Limited, welcome the management who at Anuh Pharma Limited today. Mr. Ritesh Shah, the Joint MD of Anuh Pharma Limited. We have Mr. Vivek Shah, so the Joint MD, and Mr. Darshan, the CFO, who will be representing and taking us through the earnings of the quarter 3. I think we have seen an overall satisfactory performance for the quarter 3, led by a smart jump in the top line and with a steady bottom line. I will now hand over the call to the management, Mr. Ritesh Shah at Anuh Pharma Limited. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, Bhavin. Dear investor, very good evening. I hope all the investors attending this call are in safe and good health. We at Anuh Pharma Limited are focused on our path of long-term sustainable growth to achieve revenue of 800 crore in next 5 years, growing at 15% year-on-year basis. Compliance is the key factor that will drive momentum towards this goal. Environment, safety, and GMP compliances will be indispensable in the growth of pharmaceutical manufacturing units for the coming decade. Anuh Pharma continues to focus on these 3 pillars: environment compliance, safety compliance, and GMP compliance for sustainable growth. In view of our capacity expansion since 2019, the company is rightly poised to capture opportunities available to penetrate and increase its market share of existing products. With support of our research and development team, we plan to launch at least 5 new products year-on-year basis. To reduce the dependency on Chinese intermediates, company has successfully done backward integration in few of the challenging products. This will remain a key focus in order to bring efficiency and increase our margins. To bring versatility in production capabilities, the company plans to do capital expenditure of approximately 40 to 50 lakhs in the financial year 2023. We also plan to expand our business through inorganic growth and are finding suitable opportunities for the same. The company has initiated the process of listing on the National Stock Exchange, and we hope to get this listing done soon. I'm glad to share with you that Anuh Pharma Limited has achieved revenue of rupees 132 crores in the third quarter of FY22. This is an increase of 19% compared to the previous quarter that ended on 30th September 2021. At the same time, for 9 months ending December 2022, we have achieved revenue of 361.84 crores, which is 5% higher compared to previous financial year 9-month comparison, which was 343.79 crores. This is despite the demand fluctuations due to COVID-19. The gross margin for the third quarter of the current financial year is 28.5 crores, which has increased by 7.8% compared to the previous quarter ended September 2021. The EBITDA for the third quarter is at rupees 12.47 crore compared to 14.38 crore in the previous quarter, ended September 2021, in spite of increasing gross margin due to revision in mark-to-market impact. The top three product groups in terms of contribution amounting during quarter ended December 2021 are erythromycin, glyclazide, and sulfadoxine. We are confident to reach our target made for current year, financial year 2022. The revenue grow at CAGR of 10.79% from 325 crore to 443 crore. The milestones achieved in last 3 years. EBITDA has grown at 17.21% from 34 crore to 55 crore. There is an improvement in return on net worth from 11.35% in last 3 years to 15% during FY2021. The net worth has grown from 149.61 crore in FY17-18 to 190.64 crore in FY2021. The company is focused on cost reduction and optimization. Through various efforts at different levels, we have saved in tune of rupees 18.36 crore, in which of most of these are recurring in nature. Thank you very much. We are now open for question and answer session.
Certainly. Give me a few seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. Participants using speakerphones are requested to use handset when asking questions. To enter the question and answer queue, please press *1 on your phone now. If you would like to withdraw your question and exit the queue, press *1 again. Participants who wish to ask question, please press *1 on your phone now. We have first question from the line of Mr. Vinod Dadlani. Please go ahead.
I have a couple of questions. One is that I think we have been talking about NAC enlistment for quite some time, and we have been talking about soon. What is the definition of soon, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Dadlani. We have already applied for the same, and we have fulfilled all the queries received from National Stock Exchange. So now the ball is in their court, and that's why we are not able to give you a very precise date, but we are very confident that we are at the end of all the hard work, and we should be really expecting it very soon now. But
what is really and what is not really? I think you use words which are very loose words. You are saying now really you are confident. Earlier you were not really confident?
No, it's not that. It's just
I think we have been talking in a very loose language. I think you are a fairly large company, and I think when you make statements, you be very clear about what you want to say. What is really? I would like to know what is the definition of really as per your English dictionary.
Sir, this process is not only dependent on me, it is also dependent on the NAC side. So to give a very precise deadline will be difficult.
Sir, I understand, but I don't know why is it so difficult. I don't know. Companies are getting born, companies are getting listed, and all happens in few months. And you are talking about that. You have been talking about for how many years now?
No,
when did you initiate? When did you initiate? I remember it was I think one of the meetings in South Bombay in one of the calls. That time you had spoken about NAC listing. Don't you think I think this is probably not a right thing. Either you can keep all things ready, get your provisional approval before you announce to the public. Where is the need to rush up? Why this cheap publicity?
No, there is not any such thing.
So where is the need? You see, there are some very good companies which have decided. I'll tell you, one of the excellent companies, Hawkins. Now Hawkins has decided not to go for an NAC listment, but they don't talk about it. My question is that I think based on your volumes, you need not have an NAC listing. If you don't want to have, just say don't. We'll not have it.
There is a lot of requests from several shareholders, and we have taken the decision at the board to proceed with listing the NSE.
Sir, in that case, I think before you announced, you should have done most of your work. And after this, you have been every quarter you have been saying it is, and now this time I'm hearing now it is really done. What is now really done? That means earlier it was not really done?
No. I say we are very near to the end of the.
What is no? So say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. There has to be some time schedule, na? When you take any assignment. What is it?
As I told, the situation is not only on me; it's also on the NSE.
Sir, so but I think you have legal people who can advise you. You have a chairman who's connected with the stock market. You have a new company secretary. My only request is that why can't you take it seriously? Or you say that no, we have no intention and we will not do it. And as far as I am concerned, I have no issues.
Thank you.
And second, your earlier company secretary, was there any reason why she had to leave in 1 day's notice?
Sorry?
Your earlier company secretary, she resigned and was relieved on the same day. Now, I think it's a fairly delicate position. Was there such a rush that she
has followed all the protocol of living within the notice period that was given by the company.
So what was the notice period?
Normally it's 3 months.
Then if it was 3 months, then why you did not why you did not inform the stock market that she has already resigned and she will be relieved by such and such date?
I will check and let you know.
No, I mean, I don't know. You're running a company, or you're doing some. You have. If you're not, please. If you're not serious about running the company, you convert it into a partnership company. As such, you are running a company as part of SK. You're not. Anuh, when you call up the telephone, the telephone operator says SK. I don't know why it is so. You are a public company. Why should it be called SK? At least have the courtesy of keeping the company separate. Why can't you give a separate telephone number?
Thank you, Mr. Daryan.
No, what is this thank you? I'm asking you and you're saying thank you.
Mr. Dadlani, I will request you to come back in queue.
I'll come back, but I think I'll have to come back. I'll have to come to Shivsagar and then probably talk to them. Frankly speaking, I don't know. I'm as if sometimes these people are cutting a joke of running a company. I'm sorry to say that. I had some amount of respect for them, but this is not a way to run a public company. Now you can go ahead.
Thank you. We have next question from the line of Mr. Ranveer Singh. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for taking my question, and congratulations for giving such a good result even in a challenging environment. Just few things I wanted to understand from company perspective as well as industry in general. That pricing scenario in API, have you seen any positive or negative changes from COVID period to now? Especially in erythromycin, so whether pricing has gone up or gone down. Any comment on this?
The price of erythromycin has gone up in last 2 years, especially. That is because of the major reason of the key raw material which is coming from has gone up by almost 30%.
So increase in raw material has adequately been passed on, or it is yet to be passed on?
Passed on to the customer. Yes.
And in case of other products, like you have anti-malarial products also, there also you see change in
most of the products we are seeing a very upward trend compared to pre-COVID period of 2019. In general, the basic raw material, solvent costs, everything has gone up in last 2 years in general.
Yeah, so raw material prices from Q and Q basis, have you seen any indication of softening going forward, or you see that price will remain at this level going forward?
It's difficult to predict for long-term pricing, but I believe that the price will remain stable for the upcoming few quarters.
But that will not affect us because we can pass it on to customers, right?
We have already passed on the increase in cost to the customer.
Okay, fine. And you see on expansion side also, last year that in FY20, what expansion you did, where the capacity utilization we have reached on that expanded capacity?
So we are at the capacity utilization of approximately 70%.
Okay. Fine. That's it from my side. Thank you and all the best. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Next question is from the line of Mr. Ritesh. Please go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, if I look at your revenues and subtract the cost of goods sold, I'm not including the other income which you usually include in your presentation, because other income is something which is also driven by your treasury operations and also with regard to your forex mark-to-market losses. So it does not make sense to include other income in your revenues or in your gross profit. So I'm just looking at your revenue and I'm subtracting the cost of goods sold. And when I look at that, your gross margins have come off from its historical average. Q2 we did see some bit of improvement, but Q3 again there's been a contraction in the gross margin. Now, when you say that you've already passed on most of the raw material price increases, then what is driving so much volatility in this gross margin, sir?
The most important part is the mark-to-market, the loss which is related to the foreign
Sir, I'm not including the mark-to-market. The other income is not part of this, right? Mark-to-market is part of your other income. That's why I made it very clear. I'm not including other income in your revenues or your gross profits. Excluding that, we are seeing this volatility.
No, so if you will see, cost of the goods material cost in Q2 was 75.66%, and the cost of goods in the Q3 74.55%.
No, one second, sir. It's 132 crores is your revenues, and your cost of material is 103 crores. $132 is the revenue which does not include other income, and your cost of goods sold, which is nothing but your change in inventory, purchase of traded goods, as well as your cost of material consumed, is 103 crores. So your gross profit is 28.5 crores over here.
Yeah, in Q3, we have done some trading activity also. So because of that, you are seeing the cost of material sold at a little higher level compared to Q2.
What is this trading activity, sir?
Merchant export.
No, when you say trading, you are just buying the raw material and then selling it outside, is it?
Yeah, some of the opportunities were available. That is the reason we have done some trading activity also in the Q3.
So it would be very helpful then if you could share the mix of manufacturing revenues or product revenues and trading revenues then, because otherwise it's hard to understand these numbers, because at one point you say that you have scaled up by 34%, you look at a YOY growth. Now, when the growth is coming from trading activity, then that does not make sense to to acknowledge this kind of a growth, right? It makes sense to at least share the product-wise revenues if that is the case.
It will be included in our presentation, which is just uploaded today, but I'll give you the figure right now.
Where is it in the presentation? I have the presentation, sir. Where in the presentation can I look at the trading part?
Q3, if you will see
Yes.
the presentation which was uploaded, the manufacturing revenue is 110 crore for the quarter 3 and the trading revenue is 21 crore. This is the total 131 crore. While in the quarter 2, 108 crore was the manufacturing revenue and only 7 lakhs was the trading revenue. So total was 108 crore of revenue in quarter 3.
So where is there in this in the presentation, sir? I mean, if in case I just missed out, I just wanted to understand where is it in the presentation?
It would be in the slide number. 1 second, I am just checking and letting you know. Okay. On page number 6.
Page number 6.
You can come back to us after that.
Okay, and how will this trading activity continue, sir, even going forward?
It's more of an opportunity.
Yeah, so are we seeing that in Q4 also, such trading opportunities?
Yes, there are some trading opportunity in Q4 also.
Okay, and just one last question. When you say you are backward integrated in some of these products, which are these products and what is that? What is the raw material where you have built capabilities to manufacture it captively?
One product which is sulfadoxine, which is our anti-malarial product. We have done a backward integration for the manufacturing of DCMP.
Sorry, what is that? What is the intermediate? Could you please?
DCMP is the short name. 4,6-dichloro-5-methoxypyrimidine.
Okay, pyrimidine, dichloro, pyrimidine. Okay. Okay, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ritesh. Next question is from Mr. Venkat. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity. Sir, my question is more on the freight charges. I'm hearing that the freight costs have started coming down. So would you have a similar experience or do you have a different experience? The export freight.
The freight cost has increased at least in the third quarter result, is what we have observed in our expense side. That is in line with the international increase in the freight cost. And
has that stabilized? No, but the freight cost has gone up earlier. So are we seeing the freight cost coming down or is it like continuing to be like whatever it used to be earlier?
At this point of time, the freight cost is the same that is observed in the previous quarter result. So it will be foreseen how it follows out in future.
I see. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. That was my question on freight cost. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Venkat. Next question is from Mr. Raju Bakshi. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, all, everybody. My question is that just as you said, Ritesh Bhai, that in quarter 2, your turnover, manufacturing turnover was 108 crores, and in quarter 3, the manufacturing turnover is 110 crores, and plus 20 crores is of merchant exports, right? So virtually there is no growth in the manufacturing activities quarter on quarter basis, right?
It is a growth of almost 2%. Yeah.
But where what you had forecasted was, I think it was about 15%.
Yeah, if you will see year-on-year basis, we did 432 crores in.
No, sir, but you have to segregate the merchant trading activities out of these activities. Only then we'll be able to get the clear picture. Because margins on trading activities will be very minimal vis-a-vis manufacturing activities, right? So this won't give us a correct picture of your.
Yes, sir. In the financial year 22, we made a top line of 432 crore, and we will do 565 crore of top line in.
No, but that will be including the merchant exports.
So out of that, merchant exposure is only of 20 crore. So still, if you will see, the growth is more than 30%.
No, but from quarter 2 to quarter 3, there is growth of only 2%.
That is true.
So will you be able to recoup the losses that are there in the growth in quarter 4?
The fourth quarter looks to be going on a positive note at this point.
So what turnover do you expect in quarter 4 of manufacturing activities?
Same around 130 to 140 crore.
Because this quarter is only 110 crores, right?
Yes, 110 crore is the manufacturing turnover.
So next quarter it will be 130 to 140 crores.
Yeah, it's the expectation.
Okay. And another thing is that there is as per your projections, the next quarter should be having a net profit of 21.41 crores. So will you be able to achieve it?
Sorry, I didn't understand. Where have you mentioned it? What?
You had forecasted there's a shortfall of 9 crores in net profit for projections. So will you be able to make up in the fourth quarter?
बोलत आहात त्याने तुमच्या कॉलला होल्डवर ठेवलं आहे.
We are expecting a EBITDA of around 50 crore at the end of April to March 22.
And what will be the net profit?
Net profit we will have to check because there are a lot of factors related to mark to market and other income and all those stuff. So we always give our prediction in EBITDA at this point of time.
Sir, you need to gear up your treasury operations because there is always a loss in that area.
If you will see the quarter ended 30th September, there is a gain in other income of 1 crore 90 lakh.
And December?
There is a gain of 33.86 lakh.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bakshi. Next question is from Mr. Dinesh. Please go ahead. Mr. Dinesh, please unmute your line.
Hello?
Yes, sir, you can ask your question. Mr. Dinesh, you can ask your question. We'll take a next question, sir. Next question is from the line of Mr. Parth Mehta. Please go ahead.
Sir, as you have mentioned in the presentation in the report also, in 9 months this financial year, we have done 357 crores of revenue compared to 334 crores. And you are saying that we are expecting 140 crores of revenue in quarter 4. So roughly 500 crores of revenue and 50 crores of EBITDA. So we are expecting only 10% margin for full financial year?
Yes.
I think in last conference call you had said that for full year we are expecting 13 to 14% of EBITDA margin, and now we are guiding very lower. Why so?
There has been increase in the cost of production because of the compliances as well as the product mix. So the margin expected for this particular financial has been calibrated to 10% of EBITDA instead of earlier expectation of 12 to 15% of EBITDA.
But in last
change.
Okay, because you in the last conference call it has been mentioned that you had inventory and the prices have gone up for raw materials, so you will get the benefit in the next quarter. But in the result it is not showing.
The operating profit has increased. The last quarter, 30th September, the operating profit was 26.44 crores, In this particular quarter, the operating profit has increased to 27 crore 51 lakhs.
Okay. And what are the expectations for next financial year? The top line and the EBITDA? Hello? Hello?
Mr. Mehta, I will request you please be online. Mr. Rijesh's line got disconnected.
Okay, no problem.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, sorry. There was some issue related to
Yeah,
that.
no problem, sir. So what
Yeah.
are the expectations for next financial year, the top line and the EBITDA margin?
The top line expected for the next financial year is 600 crore and the EBITDA expected is 67 crore.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. That's it from my end.
Thank you, Mr. Mehta. We have Mr. Dinesh on the line again. Go ahead.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, Dinesh.
Yes. So what I am listening to is not in this conference call, but since last 3-4 conference call, we are starting with a very optimistic scenario, and then it with very dismal performance. So how long will it continue? And there are certain discrepancies as well, as it was stated by Mr. Dadlani, identified with Mr. Dadlani, and then finally Mr. Raju Bakshi and the last one. So we are promising, for 500 crore or 30% growth in top line, and then to fulfill that, we even put in some trading revenue in that, and finally we show that we had done it. And NSE listing, I'm listening since last 5 quarters, and it has not fulfilled, or the process has never been very transparent. So can I know why it is so? And even you forget your own figures which you had committed in last quarter conference call or previous to that one. Please clarify. Thank you.
Sir, as I pointed out, the last financial year, we have done a top line of 432 crore. And this year, we will do a top line of 565 crore, which is a 30% growth in the top line. The bottom line target, which was expected for the EBITDA between 10 to 12%, has been recalibrated to 10% because of change in product mix. Also, in this financial year, the demand has been very up down because of the COVID wave. So certain products which are very high profit margin, like our erythromycins, have been seeing upside and downside of the demand. Now we are very optimistic, and that's why we have told that in the financial year 2023, our top line target is 600 and bottom line target is 67 crore. As far as the NSE listing is concerned, there were some queries raised by National Stock Exchange, which has been resolved. The whole problem over there is that it is not only in our control. It is also the agency which has taken its own time because of COVID, and that is the reason why it has been not be possible for us to give a very specific timeline. That's why we are saying that we are expecting it to be done soon. That means we are really expecting.
Sir, but this is what I am listening, or we are listening since last 5 quarters. One second, regarding the product mix, I am myself a doctor by profession, and we were discussing with some high-end products with some good margins, and which has started production from our new facility, but it is not reflecting in the numbers. So why it is so? That is my question, sir.
In fact, the top 3 products that has given the contribution in the quarter ended 31st December. One of them is glycoside, which is produced in our new site, and which is a product that we have launched in 2020. This is giving a very high contribution only because of the new site. Even the capacity expansion of sulfadoxine has only been possible because of this new site. The entire compliance of zero liquid discharge is only possible because of the new site. The up and down in the product mix, which has come because of some erythromycin derivatives, anti-TB, anti-malarial, because of the fund allocation at the global fund, and also the reduction in the pediatric prescription. So some of our erythromycin which were going in the pediatric is seen a little reduced volumes than our anticipation. Because of the opening of COVID, we are expecting this demand to continue. In fact, we are expecting some pent-up demand in our products, which we have seen once the things have opened up in the quarter 3 also, and will continue to see in the future quarter.
We were planning for some backward integration in erythromycin raw material. So are we still going for it or not actually?
For one of the erythromycin derivative, the higher macrolide called azithromycin, we have developed the product from erythromycin thiocyanate to aziamine by ourselves. So we are contemplating on the commercial only based on the price. So if our own manufacturing is more competitive, we use our process. If to import is more competitive, we buy from import.
Right. No problem. Thank you. That's it from me. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dinesh. Next question is from Mr. Sushil Kumar. Please go ahead.
Good evening. Am I talking to Ritesh Bhai or Vivek Bhai?
We both are here available.
Okay. So in reply to Mr. Dinesh, you said you will be doing a top line of 565 crores for the current year. Is that correct?
Yes. This is our anticipation.
But for the 9 months, we have done only 375 crores. That means for the last quarter, you should be doing 190 crores?
For the 9 months, we have done
375 crores.
And 75 crores. Yeah. We will be able to touch 565 crores. We are very confident. We have to do 105 crore top line for the next 3 months. No? Jan, Feb, March.
190 crores.
Yeah.
But while giving a reply to Mr. Raju Bakshi, you said you will be doing about 130 to 140 crores for the next quarter.
No, we have not mentioned that.
I'm quite sure you mentioned that for the fourth quarter, we'll be doing about 130 to 140 crores of top line.
So our expectation is approximately 185 to 190 crore. So I don't know where this 130 to 140 crore. But anyways, I tend to be corrected. It is going to be between 185 crore to 190 crore. We are confident to touch 565 crore top line for the financial year 22.
Fine. That was because I had understood that you said 130 to 140 crores. And so I thought there was some discrepancy, so better to clarify it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. We have a question from the line of Mr. Ritesh. Please go ahead.
No, sir, I think same clarification because you had mentioned 500 crores for FY22 and 600 crores for FY23. So that's a 20% growth there. Now, when you say 565 crores is your estimate, does that include the other income also over here?
Sorry, can you repeat your question? Sorry.
No, when you say 565 crores, probably you'll close the year at. Will that include your other income also?
No, we are talking of total revenue only right now. Total revenue from operating.
For 9 months, what you have done, 357 crores you have done, right, for the 9 months?
375, 76 crores we have done.
1 second. So that 375 also includes your other income then. 1 second. 362 crores is what it adds up, sir. Okay. Okay, fine. I'll just check on this. So at least on the margin front, are you confident of holding these margins, sir, that the gross margin level 21.7, what we have done in Q3, at least will that hold, or would you see some bit of RM inflation hitting us in Q4 also?
The margin, expectation in EBITDA is between 10 to 12% on the pessimistic side.
No. So very, very simple question over here. I'm just looking at your revenues and your raw material cost. All the time I'm asking for is last quarter we had an impact. Q2 we did 24.3% gross margin, which became 21.7. What I understood is there's a bit of trading income involved over there. Now,
right.
If in case if there's no trading income, at least this 24% of gross margin can we hold, or will you see some RM pressure continuing going forward also?
No, I don't think so. We can hold this.
Okay. Okay, got it. Sure. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ritesh. Next we have in queue Mr. Vinod Dadlani. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I'm sorry for you. I'm back again. I don't think, frankly speaking, you are giving replies which are making much sense. First, I think there's a lot of contradiction in your figures. Okay. B, I think my fellow shareholders have been very kind to you, talking about only 5 quarters of NAC promise. I think it is more than 5 years that you have been promising NAC. I don't understand. First, you learn to run the company, and then you can put it on a NAC. I told you some of the bluest of the blue chips are only on the BSE. I see no reason why you want to go for NAC. And what kind of volumes do you have? Why you want to incur additional expenses? Please, I
discussed and answered to your question. So if you have any additional questions, please.
Yes.
We have already.
So I want my fellow shareholders to probably understand and appreciate what is happening in this company. And second, frankly speaking, I feel this company needs a good professional MD. I'm sorry, this kind of a that monopoly of a family, I don't think is doing good to this company, frankly speaking. First of all, most of your directors are Shahs. I have nothing against Shahs. All I'm saying is, can you not have diversity? You had 1 or 2 good directors, and unfortunately he died. And I don't think there have been many great people connected with your company. Why don't you take it seriously, sir? It is in your interest. You are holding 74%, if I am not wrong. If your company does well, you will prosper. As far as we are concerned, we can always sell it off and go to another company. But I am sure that you will be proud if this company does much better than what it is doing. And I thought that you had a potential. I have met you a couple of times, and I feel that first of all, be consistent, be truthful. And can you put all these recordings on your website, please, so that we know that what last 4 or 5 times you have made some statements, whether there has been consistency or there has been inconsistency. Can you do that, please? Sir, can you do that? Your recording, can you put on your website? Or can you at least
transcripts are available with BSE and has been submitted to BSE. The minutes of all our investor call has always been available on our website.
They are available? Fine. I think I'll definitely. My advice to you is you also have a look at it and ensure that you don't make statements which are contradicting each other. Please. I don't think it speaks very highly of a company if you make statement and contradict it the next this thing. Please don't do that.
We are making our best efforts to achieve our targets.
Sir, you are making a politician statement. Every politician talks like that. We are making best statement, but best statement is not showing, sir. And I told you last time also, you feel that you are done That there are companies which in 5 years have become a $1 billion company. And you are I don't know how many, 35 years, 40-year-old company, and I'm not saying that you're not done great, but you think that you are a God's gift to this country. Please don't do that. There are companies which are doing far, and they're not talking about it. And please get out of this that you have to have a more broad-based board of directors and more professionals in your company. Just to be a Shah should not be a qualification to hold a good position. I'm sorry to say that.
You noted all your points, and we will take with our board.
No. As I said, it is for your good. As far as I'm concerned, I hold shares in 500 companies. I can always sell it off in a day and I move out to other companies. But if at all I want while I am here, I'll ensure that I give my peace of mind whenever it's necessary. And I'm sure you must be feeling. I'm sure tonight at the end of the day, you will feel that what I said was right. And I'm sure my fellow shareholders will say the same thing. I have nothing personal against you.
No, we are taking all your points positively, sir. Thank you.
Please.
Mr. Dadlani?
Fine,
Sir,
thank you. Yeah. Hello?
Yes, sir. We have taken all your points positively. Thank you.
Fair enough.
Mr. Dadlani, you can send the feedback on our email ID. Should I give you the ID?
Yes, please do that.
It is business.
But I would like to. I'm not very good at sending messages. Can I get somebody's phone number so that I can pick up the phone and talk to him or her?
Yes.
I would prefer that.
Yeah, I'll give you the number. It is 022.
That number, I don't think that is SK number, right? The moment you call them, the moment you call, it says SK. I don't know why a public company should have this kind of a care of address.
So
Anyway.
I'll give you both. Yeah. It is 022.
Yeah, you give me mobile number. Huh? Yeah.
So I have the landline number 4082
Yeah.
4082.
4082.
4082.
Okay.
And the email ID is business.
Yes.
at lmspl.com.
Fine. I'll try and do this, but I would have preferred a mobile number. Anyway, you don't want to give, that's okay. Maybe one of these days I'll drop in at Shisagar. I have been there earlier, and in fact that time I thought it was a great company. I'm no longer under that illusion that it's a great company. But I hope that you are at least average company. Please do that.
Thank you. I have a next question from Mr. Raju Bakshi. Please go ahead.
This is why I just wanted to confirm that the turnover, the manufacturing turnover of the last quarter will be 190 crores, right?
Is the anticipation, yes.
That is anticipation, because already more than 10 days has passed for the last quarter also. So now you must be having a clear picture also of the anticipated turnover. So you expect a turnover of 190 crores. That is manufacturing what I'm talking about, not the merchant exports.
We call it our total operating revenue, and that is the anticipation that we will be able to touch.
No, but sir, if you sprinkle it with a trading turnover, then the trading turnover won't be giving you that great margins, right?
That is true.
So in that case, it won't be giving us a clear reflection of what your profitability will be. So what I'm asking is that whether your manufacturing turnover will be 190 crores?
The anticipation is yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bakshi. Ladies and gentlemen, for any further questions, request you to press star 1 on your phone now. Since there are no questions, I will read the disclaimer. This presentation may include certain forward-looking statements based on current expectations within the meaning of applicable laws and regulations. Actual result may differ, and the company does not guarantee realization of the statements. The company also disclaims any obligations to revise any forward-looking statement. The reader may use their own judgment and are advised to make their own calculations before deciding on any matter based on the information given herein. No part of the presentation may be reproduced, quoted, or circulated without prior it and approval from Anuh Pharma Limited. Any closing comments, sir?
Bhavin bhai, you want to close it?
I think thank you very much to the management of Anuh Pharma Limited for sparing time and answering it patiently to all the questions that were asked and raised by investors. Thank you very much, and we look forward for the best coming quarters and coming years together. All the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This concludes your conference call for today. We thank you for your participation and for using iJunction conference service. You may disconnect your lines now and have a pleasant evening ahead. Thank you.